Hey YouTube. Um, if you've been watching my channel for a while, you know that on this white Chevy truck, this is a 1989, you know that I rebuilt the frame under this truck. In other words, I took the whole truck apart and put a new frame under the truck. And this morning I took the truck because we're supposed to have a snowstorm tomorrow. So I took the truck into town. I took the plow off of it because the plow that I have on here is for around here, but it's not made to be out on the open highway because there's no lights above it. And I'm not interested in putting lights on it because I just don't use the truck to plow anywhere other than on the back roads where I live. So the thing is, I took the plow off of there, and on my way home I noticed that there was something banging. And if you look down there, that's the shock absorber right there. Now there's nothing wrong with this shock, but what happened was, I think it was 3 years now or better. Let's see, I think it was about 3 years ago I built the frame. And when I did, I hammered this shock tower out of a piece of 11 gauge steel. That whole shape you see there was done with a hammer. And the thing is you see where I welded it there, it was cracked there. And the shock had also cracked. Let me see if I can show you this. It had also cracked in here, right where the bolt holes were. And the shock pulled out. So apparently the shock towers that I built out of 11 gauge steel should have been heavier. Probably some plate would have worked, you know, that for certain. But either way, I don't have a lot of time to fix this because we're supposed to have snow tomorrow. And I don't really use the truck all that much. I think I put like 3,000 miles a year on it if I'm lucky. So for right now, all I did was re-weld this. And because of the shape of it, it's difficult to make this. The shape has to be just as you see it there in order to get it back onto the truck frame. So what I did was I added these two pieces of 1/4 inch steel here and drilled them out for the shock mounts, for the shock to mount to there, for the bolt holes for the upper part of the shock. So I welded this. It's been taking me all day because it took a while to get it out. Underneath the truck right now is it's like somebody throwing dirt in your face because the hole underneath of the truck is coated with that crap from out on the road. Dirt, salt, or not salt, but just dirt, like fine, real fine, dusty dirt. So anyway, I need to get this back on there, and I just welded it together. And I'm hoping that putting these up there, and I think they will stop this thing from giving me any grief. But I mean, it lasted 3 years and then all of a sudden it broke. And it could have broke just because of, you know, plowing, the stress of plowing. But either way, it shouldn't have broke, but it did. And like I say, it's 11 gauge and it should have been made out of something a little bit heavier. So like I say, I welded them in, drilled them out for the bolt holes, and I think I'll be alright. I should probably put something across this on the opposite side. The problem with it is you got to stretch, you got to bend the metal slightly to get it into the frame, and if I do that and to make it so it doesn't bend at all, I think I'll have problems with trying to get it back in. And I don't, like I say, I don't have time. I have to get it in today, now. So like I say, I've been working on it all day to get it out. It was a lot easier when I built the truck frame to do this than it is now, but the good part was nothing's rusted yet on that frame that I put underneath the truck. And all it was a matter of taking 3 bolts out, and this thing came out. So I'm going to go ahead and put this thing back in there. We'll see how it looks when it's done. So this is where this goes. Now it has to be pushed back, and there's a bolt that goes through the top of it there. But the 2 bolts are in here, so that means that it didn't get spread open at all. I just got to get the nuts on there and then drive that into there and then put a bolt on the top. And that'll be ready for the shock absorber. Okay guys, so that's the tower that I put back in place, and now the shock is bolted back in there. So we should be good there with that. I don't see any other problems. The only thing is I think come summer, when I don't need the truck for plowing, I think I might make a new tower out of some plate steel. But other than that, the rest of the frame is holding up really good. Haven't had any real problems with anything. I can't say that there's absolutely no rust, but it's going to take a whole lot longer. Like you can see, it's not really, it's more like surface rust. But it's going to take a whole lot longer than it did for the original truck to rust through. You can see a little bit of stuff on there. That whole piece I had made at one point, as well as the frame. Everything that you see there all the way down. So anyway, like I say, it's holding up. It looks like it's going to be good. So that was the project for the day, and that was a big project to get that out of there. Take the shock down, weld that up, put strengthen it, and then put it back in place. So it's starting to get dark now. I got to get this outside and get the plow put on it. Okay guys, well, I've got the plow on the other truck, so that's ready for tomorrow now for the storm. Got my other truck in here and the mower, so we're all ready for the storm when it comes, if it comes. Oh, this weather's so crazy. Morning guys. So it's Wednesday morning. Excuse me, we're having about, I don't know how much snow we're supposed to get, but we got 3 inches of snow right now, and it's still snowing, and it's supposed to snow until tomorrow sometime. Guys, I wanted to share something with you. If you're like me, you know, you get up in the morning, you're having your cup of coffee or whatever you do to wake up, and normally I'll turn on some kind of news. And you know, I gotta tell you, listening to the news today is a freaking joke, and I get so frustrated and so mad at just hearing the nonsense. It isn't even funny. So the other day I was surfing the internet, and I found a channel that a guy has, and I gotta tell you, it's refreshing. Because not only does he pick on the freaking news, and he actually tells you what the latest news development is. You know, the biggest, what would it be? Gossip of the day, I guess you'd call it, and stupidity. So this guy reviews that and then gives his opinion, and the man is funny. So if you're like me and you need a little bit of levity in your freaking day instead of constant bombardment of nitwit stuff, the guy's name is, the channel on YouTube is called Kevin's Corner. Just like that, Kevin's Corner. And he's got a whole lot of viewers, like 20 times more than I have, which is, I don't care about that. Now, if you're a Bernie Sanders guy, or if you're a Democrat, the guy's going to cut you up pretty well. But I don't watch it for that, because I really don't care about that. I don't care who the freaking president is, just so he don't come down my driveway. But anyway, the thing is the guy makes light of the stupidity, and it's refreshing to watch him. And he does a lot of it. I guess that might be his sole thing. You know, sole income, which is fine. I mean, it doesn't matter. But what I'm getting at is, if you're sick and tired of being sick and tired of watching the news, you might want to turn this guy on. He usually has like a 15 or 20 minute video. He had me roaring the other day, and it was amongst the comments of the Green Deal and stuff like that. So if you really want something to watch that actually is funny, you know, and help turn your day around a little bit, turn on Kevin's Corner. I don't know the man, he doesn't know me, I just know that the channel is worth watching. So, you know, I gotta wait for the snow to pile up a little bit more, and then I'm gonna plow today. But I'm making this video here in conjunction with yesterday's, because yesterday I was so busy working on the truck that I never had a chance to really turn the camera on. And the other thing I wanted to tell you guys is, you know, when you get to be our age and you're up and down, like I didn't have anybody to grab tools for me, hand me tools. So, you know, you're down under the truck, you're back up, you're down, you're up, you're down, you're up. I'll tell you what, that wears you out worse than actually doing the freaking work does. So last night when I went into the house, I was I ate supper, and all of a sudden it hit me how sore I was and how many times I had been up and down from that truck. So in fixing the truck. So I had to talk to one of the guys about doing exercises and stuff, and one of these days I'm going to make a small video. I'm not an exercise freaking nut, and I'm not any kind of a specialist in it. But I do a little series of a little series of exercises before I go to bed at night, and I'll tell you what, it straightens my back right out. Now that's not to mean it's for everybody, but at least it might help somebody. So I'm going to make that video soon. Just to give you an idea of what's going on. I know that sounds crazy on a lumber channel, but anyway. So guys, have a good one. Watch Kevin's Corner. You're going to be laughing when you're done watching them. Have a good one, guys. So we had 3 inches of snow. I shoveled the path for my wife to get to the chickens, and it's early yet. It's probably around 9:30, 10 o'clock, but it's coming down pretty good. But I'm ready for it. Nice.